Cada artículo cuesta una cantidad diferente de dinero. What is the price of each item? ¿Cuál es precio de cada artículo? So you're going to count the money. Cuenta el dinero y escribir. Count the money and write the price on the line. So escribir en la lineal.
Teaching high school students, English language learners, there's a lot of parenting involved. So I'm pretty nurturing and empathetic, and we do things that are outside the norm of teaching. So like making doctor's appointments and making appointments with lawyers and making sure the kids know how to get their needs met. Okay, number 2, how many quarters? One, and that is how much money?
25%.
The goals I have for my kids, if they're not going to be with me very long, I really want to make sure that they understand money, and so no one takes advantage of them. And I want to make sure they're employable, so they can walk out the door and apply for a job and get a fair wage. And I want them to be happy.
Yeah, good. Maria, number 6.
In my classroom, it needs to be a safe place and a family atmosphere, because they've left families behind. And we have food in here. That's a great way to share culture. We try to celebrate everybody's birthday with an individual birthday party, and just honor who you are, where you're from. When I first started teaching, most of my students were from Mexico, and that has shifted, that has changed. Most of them are from Guatemala now, and there's some from Salvador and Honduras. And so there's other languages, like about 60% of my kids speak Ixil as a first language, and then they may not learn Spanish until they go to school in Guatemala. They're refugees, they're entering the country legally. I mean, it's a huge misconception to think that they're not. When you come from Guatemala and Salvador, those are the most dangerous places in the world right now. Very dangerous for women, but when there are no jobs and daily threats of violence, I mean, their family members are killed, it's something they see every day, and you're trying to live a good life and make money and support yourself and support your family, there's no options. Staying is not an option. Staying is a death sentence. So I'd flee too.
325 is less and
A good day. Every day is a good day because we're always laughing. They laugh at me trying to speak Spanish, and they can laugh at each other.
And the top, trompa. B is the top.
Trompa.
Very different.
Trompa is another way to say mouth, but it's like.
Oh, really?
It's
Like a
not
bad
normal.
way?
Yes, it's not normal.
You can't be wrong in here. There's no wrong answers. There's just, you have to try.
10.
Who has number 8?
Cecilia.
Cecilia.
30.
Mi amiga.
30.
What's number 8?
A student from Laos. She's the first in her family to graduate from high school and never dreamed that she could go to college. But she's at Kirkwood right now doing the hospitality program. So we got some community donations. She had everything she needed and then found out she needed $250 down payment for housing, and she came to me and said, I can't go. I've used every resource I have. And so I called some people I know, and within 2 hours we had all the money, and she's almost done now with school, and she's fantastic there. So there's a lot of kids moving on to college and doing great things. So.
Maria?
My students who are graduated, they're still living here. I mean, they help me out with all kinds of stuff, and I'm invited to when they have babies, when they have weddings, when they have birthday parties, and Mother's Day, I'm always invited to. Mother's Day celebration. So, and now at the grocery store, I can't go to Hy-Vee without hugging 3 people. So it's hard to imagine walking away from that ever.